All right, let's be honest here. Pricing drone services can feel like pulling teeth. One pilot charges $150 an hour and another quotes $3,000 for the same job. And somewhere in the middle, you're stuck wondering what your work is really worth. I've been there. I've undercharged, over-delivered, and second-guessed my rates more times than I'd honestly like to admit. But once I nailed down a real strategy, one that aligned with the value that I bring to the market that I serve and the deliverables that I offer, everything changed. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down 3 core pricing models that I've been using for the last few years to scope projects, win clients, and increase my profit margins. And to make sure that you can implement it right away, stay tuned to the end because I'm giving away a free drone pricing guide. With that being said, let's get right into it. Hey guys, Dylan Gorman here. Welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, I've been a commercial pilot for the last decade, specializing in drone mapping and 3D modeling. And one of my biggest challenges that I've faced, and I'm sure many of you can relate, is knowing exactly how to price your drone services fairly without leaving money on the table. So to help solve this problem, I've developed 3 straightforward pricing strategies that I've personally used on every single project for the past few years. You might remember I released a drone pricing guide about 4 years ago that many of you found helpful. But today's video is an updated and more streamlined version designed to make things even simpler for you. So like I said, there are 3 main categories for pricing your drone services: hourly rate pricing, itemized pricing, and quantity-based pricing. Let's start by breaking down what hourly rate pricing really looks like. So when it comes to hourly rate pricing, you'll often see articles suggesting that you can charge rates like $350 an hour simply because of how expensive your drone equipment is. But honestly, that's a really bad approach. For instance, this job that I have behind me is being completed with a $1,000 drone. Yet I'm able to charge $275 an hour thanks to a few critical factors. Now, when I calculate my hourly rate, there are 5 primary components that I consider when building out my pricing. And this first component is the labor and the expertise going into this actual project. Again, the example for what I'm doing here, it's an inspection-based specific job. And with some of my past projects that I've done before, I obviously have an experience in doing that. I'm not just throwing the drone up and taking a few photos. I have an actual good understanding of what the client is looking for and really what the expected output needs to be. Right, so this experience goes way beyond just basic drone piloting and photography skills. There's a bit of knowledge that goes into actually performing this kind of service. Now, the second factor here is your equipment costs, but that's not just limited to the specific drone that you're actually using in your project. It also goes hand in hand with the accessories, whether that's hardware and software. So for example, a computer or extra batteries, to be able to perform continuous operation on site. Or maybe it's software that you're using for your data analysis. Right, these are some additional factors that you need to consider when doing your hourly based pricing. As for this fourth item, it's the travel time, and those costs should be accounted for. Now, I don't actually charge for the time it takes for me to get to the site and back to my office, but what I do charge for is the national mileage rate, and I include the round trip miles onto that rate. And typically this calculation can add an extra $5, $15, or $20 an hour to your actual time on site. Or you can just add this as an additional item on the line items for the hourly rate that you're charging. And finally, the last factor that goes into your hourly rate pricing is the job complexity. And this is actually the most crucial factor given this is what defines what you're actually doing on site. And so for this particular inspection here, I've already identified what my client's needs are. And they want a detailed assessment of any cracks, any missing roof panels, any damage to really the roof at all, any sealant issues, really any issues on the site here. And given that I live in Florida and there's some high winds for hurricane season, which I'm in right now, it's very important that I do a very thorough job at collecting the data here. By taking these 5 elements into account, it really helps you set a realistic and profitable hourly rate for yourself. Remember, your rate can and absolutely should vary based on the overall complexity of every single project that you do. Don't do some cookie cutter number just to get it out the door. Really go through a very thorough thought process and planning with your client to figure out what that hourly rate looks like. So with that being said, let me go ahead and tackle this job, and I'll meet you at the next site to discuss our next pricing strategy. Welcome to my bi-weekly drone mapping project where I utilize the second pricing strategy, and that's an itemized or deliverable-based pricing. This approach involves creating a package based on the specific deliverables that I'm providing to my client for, well, each capture in this case. To really define these deliverables accurately, it's essential to, well, first classify what exactly my client's needs are. In this case here, the client requires a high-resolution map of the stockpiles on the site behind me with RTK accuracy and tied to ground control points. Their desired output is a ground-classified point cloud, which allows them to get precise measurements of the stockpiles over time or between each capture that I do. So knowing what these deliverables are allows me to actually break them down even further. The first deliverable involves capturing the map resolution of about 0.7 inches per pixel, which is achieved by flying, at this case, at 200 feet. The second deliverable includes using RTK technology, which at minimum, I need to use a drone that has RTK capability, which in that case, I'm gonna be using the Matrice 4 Enterprise, which is about $5,000, alongside with an RTK subscription that I'm paying $40 a month for. And then the last item is the data processing for every single capture that I do. And that takes around 2 hours, which I also factor into my overall pricing. Now, regarding the ground control points, since I'm working alongside a surveyor who handles that department, I don't actually include that into the cost of my pricing, even though I am leveraging that data to tie everything together for my actual processing. For a single capture, if I were to just come out here one time, my pricing structure is anywhere from $600 up to $1,250. However, because my client wants me to come out here bi-weekly over a period of 7 months, totaling about 20 captures, I discounted each flight to about $675, where this actually represents about a $225 discount compared to the standard one-off pricing of about $900 that I would typically charge here. And by doing that, I allow myself to maximize making about $13,000 on this over the span of 7 months, which is way better than just getting $900 one single time. So by itemizing each specific deliverable or each task that I am doing on the site, it allows me to create a very compelling offer tailored specifically to what my client's needs are, which offers a very straightforward and effective pricing option. And I actually do this a lot on my progress mapping sites. And you can do it for other kinds of projects. This one just so happens to maximize the use case of this specific pricing strategy. With that being said, let me go ahead and actually get this drone up in the air so that I can get paid for being on the site today. And finally, let's talk about the last pricing strategy, which can be extremely lucrative in certain scenarios. And that's quantity or asset-based pricing. For example, the project that I have behind me involves an aerial LiDAR survey. And look, I know LiDAR is a specialized tool and not everybody that's watching this has access to it. However, the way that I go about the pricing with using this strategy, you can apply it to multiple different industries. I'm just gonna take this as our case study here for it. In this case, I am charging by the number of acres mapped. Specifically, the rate that I'm charging is actually broken up into a few different categories. The first category is the data collection side of it. So here I'm doing about $35 an acre just for the data collection. And then for all of the data processing, I'm charging an additional $20 for every single acre that I'm processing to create the topographic map as the deliverable for my client. In other scenarios, I've charged as high as $150 just for data collection per acre, and then $50 per acre for data processing. You can see there's multiple different ways that you can go about using this kind of pricing strategy. Oh, and there's something else that I also add within all of this, which is actually coming up as a little bonus here at the end, are additional factors such as the mobilization cost, right? It costs money for me to actually get here. It costs money for me to actually operate every single day. So not only am I charging per acre for data collection and data processing, but I'm also charging for my time to be out here on site. Now that can kind of fall into an hourly rate per se, which I can totally see your point there. But again, just focusing on a quantity or like asset-based pricing, we are taking into account that I took my own vehicle to the site. And you can actually add this onto the other two pricing examples that we talked about earlier on in this video, but just something that I did want to mention in there too. So from taking all the figures that we talked about for the data collection and data processing, This LiDAR project that I'm doing, I'm surveying 75 acres, which is gonna generate me just about $3,500 for the entire project. This includes that mobilization fee of me actually getting here and getting back to my office, me collecting the data, and then ultimately me massaging all this data to create the deliverable for my client, which in total is only gonna take about 4 to 5 hours. So really not bad for a half day's worth of work by using this kind of pricing strategy, as opposed to doing an hourly or a per project or like a package-based pricing. So again, there's multiple different ways that you can go about using this pricing strategy. But with that being said, I need to get this guy up in the air so that I can actually get this project done, and I'll meet you guys back in the office to kind of wrap everything up. But also, I've got a little bonus for you here right before we wrap up. Now, as a little bonus before I end this video, I wanted to cover a few other ways to add some extra costs into your pricing strategies that honestly a lot of drone service providers typically forget. Mobilization is a critical line item on nearly all of my projects. This covers not only the travel and meals, but also any additional lodging or flights to get out to the site, right? You should never absorb these costs, as it's gonna directly cut into your profit margins. Another item to consider is charging for obtaining special permits or waivers required for flying in controlled or restricted airspace. Because obviously getting those permits or waivers takes additional time, right? This is time that you're not even spending on site, and it's actually required for you to even get the job in the first place. So you need to be able to charge for that due diligence time. And lastly, you should also factor in any extra certifications, whether that's OSHA training, H2S, thermographer certifications, or really anything else, because this was time and money that you spent to get these additional certifications. It's another accolade that you can leverage over top of other drone service providers that don't have those certifications. Again, making you that professional, that expert, that person that they are hiring to get the job done, and not your competitors. If you've made it this far, seriously, I appreciate you and wish the best of luck in pricing your future projects. As a thank you for checking out this video, I've made a free pricing strategy guide that you can download for free in the first link in the description below. I've also got another bonus for you if you end up getting that ebook. You'll like it, I promise. Once again, thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed, please be sure to give it a like. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, be sure to subscribe. And finally, if you have any questions or comments, drop it down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts or even your success with using these pricing strategies. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.